Hello and welcome. You've demonstrated an interest in learning how YouTube Live works. The question is, if you have a live broadcast, how do you get people to see it? Now, you may already recognize that having someone watch your live stream while also seeing all of the other videos that are going to be available suits the platform well, but may or may not suit your business or organization well. So it's necessary to look at a number of tools that you have at your disposal within YouTube as well as outside of YouTube to get the word out about your live stream. And so in this course, we will go inside of your Creator Studio and we will look at some of those tools that you have available to you so that you will be able to make the most of them and get the maximum number of people watching your live stream. So we'll look at your channel customization tools. We'll also show you how to provide an easy to use subscribe link. We'll also take a look at some of the success factors in making your live stream visible and attractive for others to click on. And we'll take a look at some of the enhancement tools that you can do with your video that will help you to make it more usable and widespread. So with that, thanks, and I'll see you in the first video. Welcome back. Now, when you are inside of your live stream, there is one link that you can use in order to share to other places. And that's at the bottom of your right-hand corner. So for example, if you look to the right-hand corner and you click this hyperlink, you can take that link and you can post that to other places. Now, the other link you can share is going to be available to you when you have this setting enabled inside of your live stream, and that is to promote on my channel page when the event is live. That means then that if you're sharing your channel page, the individual will be able to watch your live stream on this page. Now, the link that you're going to share that will be permanent will be your channel link and the word live after it. So for example, in this case, you'll see the channel name and then you'll see the word live after it. And this is where your visitors will be able to come whenever you have a live stream. And that live stream will be playing here on your front page. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, another thing that you can do when you are doing a live event is you can embed the link on one of your web pages. So for example, if we were to take another live event and we were to create one from YouTube Live here, and we were to start the live event, our Hangout would start and we would be broadcasting live on YouTube Live. We can go inside of our page by clicking this edit button, and we can then click view on watch page. And you'll notice then that our stream is live here. And what we would do then is we would then go to the share button. We would then click the embed button. We can then take care of the embed options, grab the code, and then head to our website. And of course, we're just using WordPress as an example. You can use the site builder that you find most helpful. We're going to put in our code after a center code. Once we have it, we're then going to click publish. And then we'll view our post here. Now, you need to give the individuals instruction to click this button. But as soon as they did, they would then be watching our stream live as it happened. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, when you are doing your live broadcast, you're going to be able to come to this area where your link is. You're going to be able to grab that link. Now, this link will embed the stream inside of your social media accounts. And you'll want to do this in a certain way for Facebook in particular. Now, assuming that you have a group or a page, one way to do this would be to create a Facebook event. And we're just going to click the create button. We're then going to find that event inside of our page. You'll notice then that there is a comment area. So what you can do is you can take your link and you're going to post it as a comment. And you're going to click OK. And what you're going to see is that you then have a preview. You want to instruct people to click the preview, and they'll then be able to watch your live stream. Now, it won't be enabled for sound by default. They'll need to enable the sound, so you may want to give them instruction to do that. They will also be able to embed the stream on LinkedIn in the very same way, but this will be in their status. Now, by posting to Twitter, all you'll have is your direct link. So they'll be clicking this link, but they'll actually be taking the path back to YouTube Live. So this will not be an embedded stream. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, another thing you can do is you can post an excerpt of your live stream once the recording has been completed to your social media sites. Now, obviously, the social media sites favor those videos that are native to their platform and those that you upload directly. So what you're going to do is you're going to go inside of your Creator Studio. Once you get inside of your Creator Studio, you're then going to look for the video that you want to post an excerpt of. You'll then need to go inside of your Video Manager. Once you get to your Video Manager, what you're going to do is you're going to go to this drop-down arrow. You're then going to click Download MP4. So in the case of Facebook, you'll just click the Add Photo or Video button. You'll select the video. You'll write in your commentary, and then you'll click Post. In the case of LinkedIn, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your post area. You're then going to click Share Videos. You'll then grab your video, and then you'll click Upload. You'll write in your commentary, and then you'll click Post. In terms of Twitter, what you're going to do is click the Tweet button. You'll then click this button where you have this file chosen. You'll grab your video. You'll click Open with free conference call. Now, Twitter is going to allow you to create an excerpt regardless. So it's only going to allow you a certain amount of time for your video to play. So you'll select your excerpt. You'll then click Done. And then your post will update with your video. Now, obviously, if the goal is going to be for people to watch your live stream, you don't want to put the entire recording of your content on the social media sites. What you're going to do is you're going to pull it into your video editing software. In this case, we're using an older version of Camtasia. We're then going to pull this down to the timeline. We're going to select an excerpt. We're going to cut off most of it. And then we're going to put our call to action at the beginning and the end in terms of some kind of slide or overlay. And basically what you'll do with this edited video is you will remake the video with your call to action. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, you do have promotional tools available to you through your channel. And so to access them, what you're going to do is when you're logged into your YouTube account, you're going to go to this left side menu. You're going to click this link that says My Channel. When you get to that area, you're going to notice a couple of things. The first thing you're going to notice is that you're going to have some artwork that you can alter. So what you're going to do is go to the right side, and you're going to see this pencil, and you're going to click on it. You're going to click this link that says Edit Channel Art. Now basically then you have a recommended channel art size. So this is something that if you want to have created on Fiverr or some other site, you can do that. Or if you already know how to create your own graphics, you can have one created, but you definitely do want to have it at this size. Now for the sake of this video, we're just going to select a random photo. Once you have your image in, YouTube will show you what it looked like generally on anyone's desktop, on their television, or on their mobile device. You can click this link that says Adjust the Crop so that you'll be able to see how you can structure the view. You'll then have an image on your channel. Now, one thing you can do is you can have your image created with a call to action on the actual image. Now, another thing you can do is you can change your profile. So what we can do here is we can click this pencil. And YouTube is reminding us that when we change this image, it's going to be connected to our entire brand. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Edit, and we're going to find the photo that we want to use. Once we have our photo, we'll then click Done. We can then return to our channel. You will see then that your profile has then updated. So you've now done the graphical element of customizing your channel. In the next video, we'll look at the other customization elements for your channel. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, once you've taken care of the graphical elements in your channel, what you can do is you can click this button that says Customize Channel. When you click that button, it's going to take you to another view of your channel. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this gear. And you want to make sure that all of these settings are the way that you want them if you want to keep the default settings. Once you've done that, you'll then click Save. Now, the other thing you can do is you can then click the About area. When you click the About area, you're going to be able to add in some detail. For example, you're going to be able to customize your description. And again, you want to be aware that this description is going to also appear on YouTube for your channel. Once you've completed your description, you can then click Done. You can also write in a specific email where you want inquiries to go about your content. And so you can add that email here in this area. If you want to add in a support email, you can do that. Once you have your email address in, you can then click Done. You can also add links to your channel, and these can be promotional links. You can click this arrow, and you can add in custom links that will appear as icons on your channel. So for example, we can click in and put in a URL. Okay, what you'll note is that you can overlay on top of your custom art on your channel, so that means that they'll be clickable on top of the channel that your people will be seeing. And so once you have all of your sites in, you're then going to click Done. And then your content will then be available. And you'll also notice your icons here on top of your channel. You can also arrange your content on your channel. For example, what you can do is you can feature a certain video. You can add a heading and then click Save. You can also decide on which videos are going to appear. You can either have your latest activity or your latest upload. Once you've completed what you want your channel front to look like, you can then click Done. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, if you are creating your channel primarily to do your live streams, one thing that you can do is you can do a channel trailer, and that will introduce people to what you're going to be talking about, will introduce people to the content that they're going to see both live and recorded if they subscribe. And the way you get to the channel trailer is going to be when you come to the front page of your channel, you're going to notice two sides. YouTube is going to show you what people are going to see if they are a returning subscriber. They're also going to show you what people are going to see if they are new visitors to your channel page. And you're going to click that link. When you get there, what you're going to notice is that there's a button here for a channel trailer. And basically, this is going to be a video. Now, it doesn't have to be a live video. It's going to be a video that you're going to record, and you're going to tell people what they are about to see on your channel. And once you have that content ready, all you'll need to do is to come to this button. You'll click, and then you'll be asked to grab a video that is already on your channel. That means then when you upload the video, you're going to need to decide whether or not the video is going to be unlisted. You're going to need to decide whether or not the video is going to be public. That means then that when you upload the video, you need to decide if it's going to be a public video or if it's going to be unlisted, and you only want it to be seen on your channel trailer. And once you have your video in place, your channel trailer is then ready. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the ways that you get more people to view your content is to get them to subscribe to your channel. And of course, they can come to any of your videos and subscribe to your channel, or they can come to your channel page and then they can find the subscribe button. We can also give people a persistent link to your subscribe area so that they can subscribe. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your channel button and get your channel address. Once we have our channel link, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make it look like the link that's at the bottom here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this information and we're going to copy it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it at the end of the backslash on our channel. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this entire URL, we're going to copy it, and then we're going to distribute this to those whom we want to subscribe. And so once they get this URL, they put it into their browser, and then when they click the link, what's going to happen is they're going to be brought to this page, and then they're going to be asked to confirm their channel subscription.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to create.
And they'll then be able to confirm. And that is then how you would create your channel link to distribute it to other individuals to subscribe to your channel. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the things that you'll want to do is you want to make sure your live stream recording is distributed widely. And so to do that, you may need to make sure that all of the information in it is going to be appropriate. So to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Creator Studio. Once you get inside your Creator Studio, what you're going to do is you're going to find the live stream that you did, and you're then going to click the Edit button. Once you click that Edit button, you're going to notice an element at the top that says Enhancements. And there are two things you're going to be able to do here. You're going to be able to blur faces, and you're going to be able to start that process by clicking the Edit button. Now this is a process that YouTube is going to go through, and it's going to take some processing time for it to complete. So that entire process for that video took about 8 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to close out the timer, and then we're going to select the faces of the individuals that we want to have blurred. We can decide to just select them all, and then this will blur their faces throughout the entire video. We can deselect them all and then choose only those that we want to be blurred. We can also choose specific areas of our video to be blurred. So we click this Edit button. What's going to happen is we're going to then select where we want the blurring to occur. In this case, we can select the objects that we want to have blurred. And when we find one, we can just drag out our bar and then click Done. We do that. Once it's been applied, we can save this, and we can have this video saved in place, or we can save it entirely as a new video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Now, in the same way that you used a thumbnail when you were promoting your live stream, you can promote the recording also with the same or a similar thumbnail. And all you'll need to do is to go into Edit Your Video. And then you'll see here at the bottom that there is an area that says Custom Thumbnail. What you'll do then is click this button, and you will then upload your image. Once you do that, all you'll need to do is to click Save Changes. And then your thumbnail will be the front of your video when you go inside of the Video Manager, and you can see it here, and you look at it on your channel, and you'll see it here. And you do want to make sure that you have your thumbnail available, mainly because it makes your video stand out and it makes it more watchable. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another. Welcome back. Now, something that you can do to promote your previous live streams is to provide an end screen that gives viewers clickable access to them on a video that they are watching. So in order to do that, you're going to go up to your Creator Studio, and you're going to open up the edit screen in one of your videos. Once you get there, you're then going to click End Screen and Annotations. Now, YouTube is going to come to the very end of your video where you can place in your end screen or samples of your other videos or live streams. So for example, on the end screen, what we can do is click Add Element. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a video or a playlist. And we can do any number of things. We can either choose the videos, we can choose the most recent upload, or we can make the best choice for the viewer. And in this case, it's YouTube making that selection. So in most cases, we're just going to choose the video or a playlist. In this case, we're going to choose the video, and this is how it's going to appear at the end of your video. We can move this video so that it appears in another part of the video, just in case this would block something that they're going to see at the end. What we can also do is we can use other templates. So for example, what we can do is we can click Use Template. In this case, what we can say is we want to have 2 videos on our end screen. And so when we do that, we're then going to click Select. And then this is going to replace the current end screen with the selected template. That means then that now what we need to do is we need to choose 2 different videos that are going to be part of the end screen. So we click inside, get one of the videos we want. Now when we do that, then YouTube is going to select the other video. You can go back to your template and you can actually create other views, including for videos. Now in this particular case, we're going to replace our current screen. We're then going to choose our videos. Once we do that, then YouTube will choose the other 3 that are going to be part of your end screen. So basically, now we've given clickable access to our other content as the individual is watching our recording. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now we can also use cards in much the same way as we're using end screens to promote our other content. So if we click this link that says cards, that'll take us to another similar screen. And what's going to happen is we're going to need to pick some places inside of our video where we're going to give the viewers a brief glimpse of a link they can click to watch some of our other content. So for example, we can decide that at the 11-minute point, we're going to add a card. We're going to make that card one of our videos. And then we're going to click on the video. What we're going to do then is we're going to write in a custom message. So in this case, we might write in, and then we're going to click Create Card. Now what's going to happen is when this point comes in the video, your viewers are going to see this information piece. And all they'll need to do is they click on it. They're then going to be able to click on this card and then click this link to see what you have given them to click on. You can add in some other cards. For example, maybe further into the video, what you're going to do is you're going to click Add Another Card, and it's going to be another video. And then you're going to click the video. You're going to write in a custom message. And then you're going to click Create Card. And then at this point in the video, your viewers are going to see this area. They click on it. They're then going to have this information where they can click and go to another video. So cards obviously have more to them than all of those things. However, if you're trying to get people to see more of your content, then you'll definitely want to use cards and then exercise the capacity you have to drive people to some of your other content. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now you want to increase the number of people that can watch your recordings. You can do that by placing subtitles on your video. Now inside of your editing screen, you're going to notice that if you click this link, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to add a transcript of some kind. Once you choose the language, you basically have 3 ways of being able to create a transcript. You can upload a file, you can transcribe it and auto sync it, or in other words, you can listen to the video and then you can type out your transcript, or you can type out your subtitles in this area. Now in most cases, you're going to use your auto transcribe. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to your video manager, and the video manager will show you all of your videos. You're going to choose the one that you are working with. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of the videos that we know has voice. And we're going to click this drop down arrow. And what you're going to notice here is that there is a link here that says subtitles closed caption. We're going to click that link. What's going to happen is that now the subtitles and captions will be added. We're going to choose the language, and we're going to set the language. And what you'll notice is that the subtitles and closed caption has already been published and added to our video. And basically now when the person watches our video, they're going to see a transcript going across the end of the screen. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the other things you can do to increase the number of people that'll see your recordings is you can place your content into playlists. And so to do that, you're going to go from your video manager, from the videos link, to this link that says playlists. And when you get there, what you're going to do is you're going to create a new playlist. You're going to give your playlist a title. You can decide on whether or not the playlist is going to be public, whether or not it's going to be unlisted, or whether or not it's going to be private and only you can see it. Now, if you want the maximum reach, you'll want to leave it public. So what you're going to do is you're then going to click Create. You're then going to be brought to this page, and you can do a couple of things with this playlist. First, what you can do is you can click in this pencil. Then you can add in a description. Once you've done that, if you click outside, then your changes will be saved. You can then click Playlist Settings. Once again, you can decide whether or not the playlist is going to be public. You can determine that you are going to direct how the videos are ordered in your playlist, or you can use an automatic system. You can decide whether or not your playlist can be embedded, so other people can take that playlist and put it on their website or some other web property. And you can determine whether or not this playlist is going to be an official series, meaning that the videos that you place inside of this playlist will only be in this playlist, and that's the only way that they'll be able to be experienced as a group. Now you can determine that some videos will be auto-added to your playlist. So for example, if your title has a certain word in it, you can say that this will be part of your playlist. And there are other rules that you can do. Your subscription has a certain word, or there's a certain tag, and basically what you'll be doing is you'll be naming these things so that you know that they will automatically put like content into the designated playlist. You can also allow others to add to your playlist. So for example, if we turn this on, we can then allow others by giving them the link to this playlist in order to become a contributor. Once we have all those things, we can then click Save. We can then add videos to the playlist. Now there's one more thing with respect to playlists that you'll want to be aware of, and you're going to need to go to the front of your channel in order to see it. Now if you come down to the beginning of your channel, what you're going to see is that we can add in our playlist. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Customize Channel, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add a section. And what we can do is we can determine what that section is going to be. We're going to determine that we're going to add in a single playlist. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay it out in a horizontal row. We're then going to choose a particular playlist. And once we have that playlist selected, we can then click Done. Then when people come to our front page, they'll then be able to see that playlist on our front page. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now inside of your Info and Settings area, you do have a link that says Advanced Settings, and we're going to click on that right now. And some may increase our viewership, and there are some things that you may want to test. For example, if you did have a chat during your live sessions, one of the things you can do is you can allow others to see that chat if you think that would keep them interested in your video. Now you can make a decision about allowing other people to embed the video or not embed the video, because again, what you want people to do is you want people to come back and see your other videos. So again, this is something that you'll want to determine on a video by video basis. And in some cases, you may or may not want to make your video statistics available. Again, in some cases, knowing what these statistics are and being able to access them on the watch page will, in some cases, make some people want to watch and others not. So again, another thing that you'll want to monitor and decide and test. And of course, you will want to determine whether or not you want to allow comments by your video or not. Now, in some cases, this might bring an element to the video that you don't want, or in other cases, giving people the opportunity to comment on what your content is will invite more activity around the video and then make it more searchable. So again, all of these are things you're going to want to determine by video basis and test to see how they fit with your particular business model. You don't want to just leave the default settings as they are. You want to think about how they're going to impact what it is you're trying to do. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, obviously, some of the things you're going to do to encourage people to watch your live stream and your recordings is going to be a little more manual. And to find those ways, what you're going to do is go inside of the community link on your channel, and you can then click inside of your subscriber link. And what you're going to find are all of the people that have subscribed to your channel who do not have privacy settings indicating that their subscriptions can't be known. You can sort those subscriptions here in this link, so you can look at those that are most popular. And these are individuals that you can choose to contact, or you can choose to subscribe to their channel. Of course, in order to contact them, all you would need to do is to click on their channel. And obviously what you're trying to do is you're trying to influence those. Obviously what you're trying to do is to find those that have influence. And of course, you can initiate a collaboration or something more suitable for both you and that party. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, depending on what your live stream is and what you're trying to do, another part of the post-production process may be to add music. And you can do that inside of your video editing screen and going to this link that says audio. And when you do that, what you're going to notice is that you can add or replace audio inside of your video. Now, you're not going to be able to add anything from your personal computer to your existing video, but you will be able to add music that is already available on YouTube as either background music or to replace certain audio. So, for example, one of the things we can do is we can choose some kind of audio. And if you want to search for a particular genre of music, you can do that by writing this genre in this area, and then you'll get all of the tracks that are going to be related to it. And you can listen to the track by clicking any of the links. You can determine which ones you actually want. You can also sort by the genre that you want. You can do that here. And then once you find the background music that you'd like to place inside of your video, you can then place that video here. Now, one of the things that you can do, you get to the end of your video and you have your end card showing, those are good times to actually add in the music. So what we would do here is we would then click add to video of the track that we want to add. We would then pull it to the point in the video where we want it to begin and end. And then we would determine how we want the video to sound. So for example, if we want to favor the music, we would then keep the cursor at this end. If we want it to be background music and we would want our voice to play, then we'll move the cursor more to this end. And then once we finalize our changes, we would then click Save Changes. You'll then see the edit of your video is in progress, and when it is complete, then your video will be ready with new audio. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, if you go inside of your Creator Studio, and you go into the channel link, and you click on the status and features, one of the things you're going to want to do is scroll down here to the bottom. You're going to notice that there is a way for you to be able to get a custom URL. Now, currently, this channel that we're using for the sake of this tutorial course is ineligible for a custom URL. However, it is a good idea to know what the requirements are. So we're going to click this link where it says here. And what you're going to notice is that this is going to give you the ability to give you a name that you can give to your YouTube URL instead of the long, ugly one that we were working with earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and then we're going to click General Eligibility Requirements. You're going to notice that your channel needs to have at least 100 or more subscribers. It needs to be at least 30 days old, and it needs to have an uploaded photo as a channel icon and uploaded channel art. Now, more than likely, you have the last two already done. The only thing that you may be lacking are the 100 subscribers. So that is going to be the thing that you're going to need to work on in order to have a more attractive URL, and even more than it being attractive, for it to be memorable. Until that time, you'll need to use the channel ID that you have as well as the user ID. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in another video. In conclusion, now before you get into strategic tools such as social media and search engine optimization, it's a good idea to understand the tools that YouTube has given you to make sure that your video is widely distributed. And in this course, that is what we have focused on. You now know how to use your direct shareable link and to make it available in those places where people might see and join your live stream. You now know how to download your video in MP4 format and upload it to other locations. And we've reviewed all of the channel promotional tools, whether or not you're talking about your channel art, your links, or even your channel trailer. We also discussed how you can create your playlist and make them available on your channel homepage. And we've discussed the video post-production process, everything from blurring information to thumbnails, in-screen, cards, subtitles, playlists, and your advanced settings. We also discuss adding audio to your video, as well as working with your subscribers. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.